I think this is a great topic, great question. Does doing a first-time homebuyer program mortgage, does that put you at a disadvantage when making an offer to buy a new home? In theory, I'd like to tell you no. I'd like to say no, it doesn't matter. And a seller wants to sell their home, and they'll take anything that's in front of them as long as it's valid and true. I don't know that that's reality. Here's how I know that, or here's why I say that. If given the choice, if there's a seller that is exploring two options and one of them has in front of them a air quote normal, conventional 20% down type loan, and then next to that they have an FHA loan, and next to that maybe they have a VA loan. So three folks have put offers in on a home. I absolutely have seen it. Don't agree with it, but I've absolutely seen it where a listing agent may call me, or if I find out feedback from the sellers that there is a bias for folks using programs that may not be the plain vanilla offer. So whether it's first time homebuyer or otherwise. So in the example I gave, FHA and VA, those aren't first time homebuyer programs. Anybody can use them, right? You got to be eligible for them, right? There's certain things you got to do to qualify for them, but they're not exclusive to first time homebuyers. So I would tell you that one strategy, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't use them, I'm not saying we do or don't use it, but the reality is one strategy, what you could do is say, okay, talking to a lender, right? I'll be the lender in this scenario. Mr. Smith, I understand you want to go FHA. I like FHA. It makes all the right sense for all these right reasons in your case. That's not always, not everybody's the same, but let's say in this case, Mr. Smith, that makes all the right reasons. However, you do in fact qualify for conventional financing. And if you would like, we can write the pre-qual letter as a conventional finance loan, so that if being compared to a seller that is going to be, we'll just call it uneducated, and maybe the listing agent's uneducated, maybe, and I don't want to say biased, I don't want to say, things of that nature, but if you just got somebody that just feels like for some reason conventional is going to be better than FHA, they at least then have a conventional offer. So that may be one thing you can do to combat that. If you can't, best thing you can do is have your lender call the listing agent. If it's FHA, VA, first time home buyer, some type of program, and just really make a good case why they are really good at their jobs and how they've removed all obstacles. And that is the power of having a great lender. Yes, it's a shameless plug, right? But we are good at what we do. And that is absolutely part of the value add that we at the Mortgage Mark team have, is we will call that listing agent and say, look, here's who we are, doing this over 20 years. We've done thousands of loans. Everything's local, in-house, pre-qualified, got their paperwork. We're basically golden. Let's go. Right? Because if we make that listing agent feel really safe and sound, that this is a good offer with a good lender and a good buyer behind it, it's going to help your odds so much. So as much as I'd like to tell you that there's not a bias out there, every human is, right? There's always going to be some stereotype or some bias or some prejudice or something against somebody else. So just understanding, connecting yourself with somebody who knows what they're doing, that understands the business, the market, having a great realtor and a great lender. That combo is deadly. You need it. You got to have it, and put your faith in those people to make sure they can navigate the right way so that you can actually negotiate with the highest and best negotiating power and get the best deal for you and your family. Obviously, if you got questions, reach out to the Mortgage Mark team. We are here to help, because when you think mortgage, think Mark.